Henry as we preview the 2018-2019 season. Coach, a lot of new faces, all of that, looking to continue the tradition of Statesman basketball. So before we get into 18-19, let's recap a tremendous 17-18 year.
It was a great run. Anytime you go to back-to-back Final Fours, and like you said, we've got all new faces last year, just as we do this year.
Right.
It's always a challenge to put together a group that has never played together and only has 1 year together, but we've been successful with it the last couple of years, and 3 straight regular season Hart titles and 2 straight Final Fours. So
right.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Let's just get right into it because everybody wants to know what this team's made of. So I guess first off, let's talk about the returners. Not a lot of them, but there are some guys that will definitely contribute this year. So let's break those guys down, and then we'll go into the new guys.
We've got Isaac Sanders has been here for 3 years. He's back at a post position, and Loudon, Rockweiler. We've got Darius Wheeler as a senior. A lot of guys who didn't play a whole lot. Eddie Daly is back, and he looks great. Going to play a little more than he did last year. We redshirted Omar Sherman, Aiden Green, and Malik Thomas. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. Oh yeah, Mario Manuel was redshirted last year too. So they're new, but not all of them are new to campus.
Right.
And then the guys that are new to campus: Adrian Edwards, Twan Johnson, Marlon Alcindor, Walker Coral, Q Cager, Shamar Bailey, Nick Fullard, and I think that's it. Are doing well as well.
Yeah. Highlight those returners. We'll highlight both sides, but returners first. I mean, you said with Eddie Daly, I know that you were really high up on him last year.
Yeah.
But just a guy that didn't fit into the picture perfectly because you had
He
Dom
was
and you
pretty
had
young.
D'Angelo and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty young last year, coming straight out of high school. It's hard to play here right away, but we did put him on the varsity right away. And early on, he contributed and then kind of phased a little bit out. It's really hard to play here as an 18-year-old.
Right.
And he's put on a lot of muscle. He's worked very hard in the weight room, worked very hard on his game. Real likable kid, fun to be around. And he's 6'9", I mean, let's be honest, who can shoot it and stretch the floor a little bit. Defense is going to be an issue this year. I believe he's not the fastest of foot guy, but he's working on it daily. And we're expecting big things. He's actually battling for a starting spot. Starting spot at the 4 with Shamar Bailey, and it's neck and neck right now.
Right. And then Isaac is another guy that kind of fits in. Like you've talked before, he was kind of like an Eric McGee type player. That he works hard. I mean, he's going to lack in some of that physical ability and the skill set, but he makes up for it with his work ethic and just.
Well, Isaac and Loudon. In particular, Isaac obviously is a post player and Loudon's a guard, but they're both going to be great role players. They're probably not going to be superstars or All-Americans, and I think they know that too, so I know I'm not hurting their feelings or their parents' feelings by saying that on air, but they're going to be great glue guys. They're going to come to work every day. They're fun to be around. Their families are great to be around. Oh, I forgot Wade Votterbeck too. He's in that,
don't forget Wade. Never forget the Wades.
He's in that group too, and what a great family. And great kid Wade is too. And Wade's actually battling with that 4 spot with Shamar and Eddie as well. And we usually play about 3. At this point, he would be 3rd, but he would still be seeing some playing time. And Wade is another kid who stretches the floor a little bit. He can shoot it, and which is strange because in high school I don't think he took a 3-pointer. But he's been making them in practice. And all 3 of those kids are never going to be first-team All-Americans, but they're going to be great role players, great kids to be around, hard workers, good team guys. Whatever we ask them, we know they're going to give it for us. So I'm excited about those 3 being back. And Wade's just a sophomore.
Right.
And so,
And so is Loudon.
Yeah, and Isaac, I believe, is going to graduate early. Right. So this will be his last year, even though he's a junior. He's getting out of here after 3 years, which tells you how smart he is, way smarter than you and me.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the new guys again. So many new guys. I mean, just you could talk about each one, obviously, but kind of highlight some of the guys that you're like really, really high up on.
Adrian Edwards, we call him AB, is traditionally we've had some awesome point guards here, and we've been rattling them off year after year after year, and this one's no different. He is as good as advertised. Played a lot at Sam Houston State. He can actually play about 4 positions. We can even post him up, but as a point guard, he's up there with some of the guys we've had lately, like Terrell Thompson and Lionel Ellison, Kevin Smith, all those types of guys. Jesse Purnell. I know I'm going to forget somebody, so I apologize.
Back to Blake Walker.
Blake Walker, James Devlin. I mean, all the way back to
all those guys.
Sure. Travis Cox, all of them.
But
he's up there, and he's a good one. A lot of do-it-all. Leader by example, and that's awesome. When your best player is your hardest worker, good things are going to happen. I've always thought that your best couple of players need to be hardest workers, and everybody else just kind of falls in line. Tawan Johnson, we call him Tay, can really go to, and he can play multiple positions. He'll play some 1-2 behind AB, but he'll also probably start at the wing. Marlon Alcindor, in a long line of 3-point shooters. Could be one of the best. If he gets his feet set, and he can shoot it from distance, and so can Tay. And then the big fellas, we've been blessed this year to really have some bigs. We've got some serious size. Omar Sherman, transferred from Louisiana Tech. He was originally at Miami before that, where he started at Louisiana Tech and averaged like 9 and 6. He is a load. 6'9", 6'10"-ish, about 250. Nick Fuller, transferred from Virginia Tech, 6'10", about 250. And Mario Manuel, as I mentioned before, 6'7", 6'8", about 280. And to go with Isaac and some of the other guys we have, we've got some battles going on down low in our practice. And Coach Wyatt and Coach Justin Wyatt, former player, and Forrest Hicks, who claims he played here but he didn't, they do a lot of the work with the bigs. And they're doing a good job. I just left practice to come up here and do this, and Wyatt was barking pretty good at them. So I know they're down there working.
Definitely. With regards to, let's just go right into schedule. I mean, you don't want to talk forever and ever. We'll just let them talk when you get on the court. But let's talk about the schedule a little bit. Obviously, we go back into a very deep and long, hard schedule. But you have just a handful of non-conference games starting already next weekend. So just talk about the non-conference, how that's going to prepare you for a conference, all that.
Well, we don't play that many non-conference games, so it's really, in a couple of years when we merge the Division I and Division II, it'll get a lot easier because a lot of the Division II teams here in Iowa won't play us, and so it's a struggle to get games, and we're going to play some of the regulars, some of the home games, maybe not always the toughest of opponents. But we are bringing in William Woods and Shawnee State. And Shawnee gave us a whale of a game over there at their place. And they were huge. And they were all young. So that'll be a good one. And they could get us, especially with the distraction of Thanksgiving, which you always love when we play at home on Thanksgiving.
Love playing on Thanksgiving.
And then, we play some conference games right away in November and December because we do play, so many, 24 conference games, a lot. And that's been challenging, although we have been successful with it, but it's been challenging to get the guys to understand that every conference game is important. I mean, you could start 4-0 in league and be like, 4-0, it's great. You got 20 left,
exactly.
And it's just a grind. And the word grind is used in sports so much. It's kind of a cliche, but this is really a grind. I mean, 24. And the one year we had 26. So, it's going to be fun, just like always. The league is stuffed with big time talent, big time teams, and big time coaches. We've been fortunate to win 3 in a row. We would be going for our 4th, but I really don't want to talk about that right now because we're so far away from that. We're working hard in practice.